Okay, so yesterday we started sequences, okay, no? And we said generally this object when we want to use guys here to generate the sequence numbers on particular column in a table automatically, and this facility will be provide one of the mechanism like auto incremental value facility. Which facility? Auto increment value facility. Okay, na? Right. Then after how this object want to prepare now. So we have a small syntax here. Now the syntax observe, create sequence, and I want to give it my sequence name. And along with this object, we have some attributes are there here. One is we called as a start with n is one attribute. Next we have here min value is one more attribute. Next, we have here increment by n. This is one more attribute. Then after we have your maximum value is one more attribute. And there is a no cycle, and cycle is a one more attribute. And there is a no cache, and cache n is a one more attribute. So these are the some attributes along with your sequence. And whenever you want to create your sequence object as per your customization, then these attributes values we need to change. Understand now? For example, sir, what it was happen? Let me go. Start with n. So this attribute is going to telling us your sequence number. You need to start from which number? You want to start your sequence from 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 or 1 lakh. So from which number you need to start your sequence. That is called as what now? Start with. And this attribute here n is avian. So what is n means? N is nothing but number. For example, if in n place, if I'm giving 1, then my sequence starts with 1. If I'm giving 10, 10. If I'm giving 100, 100. So how much number or from which number you need to start your sequence? That was telling by what now? Start with the n. And the second attribute, okay, min value n. So min value n, what it was tell us, in your sequence numbers, like 1 to 10, for example, my sequence numbers are 1 to 10. In 1 to 10 sequence number, which is my minimum value? Which is my minimum value? 1. If 10 to 20, which is minimum value? 10. If 100 to 150, which is minimum value? 100. So in your sequence or set of sequence numbers, which is your minimum value that will be fetching? That's called as minimum. Okay, minimum value. Next one is what now? Incrementing by n. So that means incrementing by n, this attribute, okay, what it was tell us, number to number between how much increment you wanted. Okay, for example, my starting value is 1 and increment I was given 1. That means your sequence number starts with a 1. How much increment? 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, like it will be generator. Suppose if I'm giving here, I said yesterday 5, then increment how much now? 5. That means every sequence number to number, how much gap? 5 is gap. That's called increment. Next, we called as your max value. Max value means your sequence number from so and so up to how much you need to generate. For example, if I'm giving 10, okay, min value is 1, increment is 1. Okay, if these 4 attributes I designed like this, then your sequence started 1, increment 1, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 9 plus 1, 10. 10 is what? So that means my sequence once reached to maximum value, then your sequence is stop. It doesn't go to work. Okay, because already we reached our maximum value. What is our maximum value? 10, that already I reached. Okay. So whenever your sequence number is going to be reached, your maximum value, which you mention in the object declaration or object creation, up to that maximum value once reached, automatically your sequence will be stopped and your sequence facility will be not working later. Okay. So that is called a maximum. Next one. Suppose the next attribute is called as a no cycle. Suppose no cycle is called as a default attribute. So this attribute, through, if I'm creating my sequence, what it was happen, if 1, 2, suppose if I'm giving here 1, 2, 3, then your sequence started from 1, ending 3. So that means how much it generate? 1, 2, 3. That's it. When it was happened, when I'm going to use a no cycle. So no cycle, what it was happen, once you reached your maximum value, then the sequence will stopping. That is called a no cycle attribute nature. Suppose, sir, I'm creating my sequence object not with no cycle, I'm creating with the cycle. So what is the advantage if I'm creating my sequence object with the cycle means, okay, what it was happening, you can see 1, 2, 3. Once it was reached to your maximum value, again the loop started again first onwards. Again, what it will take? 1, 2, 3. Again, it will take what now? 1, 2, 3. So that means like this, it's called as a cycle. Cycle means a continuous process. Okay. So now, once it was started, one, two, three, it's called as a one cycle completed. Next, a new cycle started, 1, 2, 3. Again, one more cycle is completed. Next, a new cycle started, again 1, 2, 3. One more cycle is completed. So it means what you understand? Once you reach your maximum value, again your set of sequence numbers will be start again and again, again and again, again and again. So this kind of facility you need to, or you want it, or you want to repeat it, your set of sequence numbers, you need to repeat it again and again, then you have to use what now? Cycle. When I'm using cycle, then my set of sequence numbers will be repeated again and again. Okay, now that is what we called as cycle. Next one is what now? No cache. Here, cache is nothing but a temporary memory creation. So whenever my sequence object is created with no cache, okay, with no cache, what it was happen means, whatever the set of sequence numbers are generated by your system, these set of sequence numbers are directly stored under database memory. Directly stored under database memory. So whenever your set of sequence numbers will saved in database memory, then your 1, 2, 3 will be saved in database. What is the problem here? If user want to access or retrieve some data from this table based on sequence numbers, how I'm going to writing my query? I'm writing query select star from so and so table, okay, where sequence number is equals to 1. So whenever I'm going to retrieving data based on the sequence number, if are you retrieving data, then the sequence numbers where it is saved database. That means your request will come to where? Database. The request will go to database, searching your data, searching your sequence number. That number is there or not, that checking. If it is there, then that number data sending to client. So like not only one time, if user is asking sequence number 2, again what happened? Again this request will go to database. Database will take the request, searching your table, whether 2 sequence number is there or not there. If it is there, again the data sending to client. If again I'm going to asking 3, then again this request will go to where? Database server. Database server will take the request and searching whether the sequence number 3 is there or not there. If it is there, sending. Again, I'm going to sending here one more sequence number 4. Again, the request will go to database. Database will take the request, and this 4 sequence number is going to be searching. Is there or not there, checking. If it is not there, it was showing no record found. What it was showing? No record found on the which number? 4th sequence number. Okay, now? So that means here one problem is there. What you identify in this, how many times we need to access your data based on sequence number. For every time my request will go to database server. That means, now tell me, each and every user request will go to directly database, means that database burden increases. Yes. So when database burden is increases, automatically performance will be degraded. That's why what the people will do to improve the performance of database, mobile stop mobiles. See, what is the user coming and seeing mobiles here? Waste of time, na? Your time is waste, not my time, huh? Okay. So see, so what happened? It is making some burden on database because every request is coming to me and I want to respond. For example, simple thing, suppose I'm a database server. You people are request. If 100 students are coming one by one asking doubt, what happened? My energy lose. Yes or no? To how many people I can respond? There are 200, 300 people sitting. For one day, within 10 to 15 minutes, I want to respond 100 people means possible. Huh? It is a possible, but it is heavy burden to me. And next day, no class. Because sir ko acha nahi hai. So simple practical I'm telling now. Same as every user request. Every user request will go to database means what it was happen, database can't handle every request. It automatically burden will increases. When burden increases, automatically performance will be down. That's why sometimes you can go to banking sector, some e-seva, me-seva. If you see sometimes what the people will say, server down. Yes or no? So server down, it means what, sir? It means that your server having some busy, having some burden. That's why server can't properly responding. Yes or no? In that way, what happened? User sending request, but respond not coming. Why respond is not coming? Because my server is a busy or server is a burden. That's why the performance will be slow. Performance slow means response also slowly will come to client application. Okay. That's why if you go to banking sector, they will say server busy, sir, 5 to 10 minutes wait. Anybody face this kind of situation? Yes. So server down means you think that as a practical, as an IT industry person, you think that server already some works are doing there. Otherwise, already some burden is on that. That's why it was responding slowly. That is called a server down. Okay, na? Right. So now that is what. That's why the people, what they will do, they created their sequence with the cache. If I'm creating sequence with cache, what it was happening, your database, what it will do, cache memory is going to be created here. Cache memory. Cache is nothing but what now? Temporary memory. Okay, now? So what a database will do, database will save your sequence numbers in the database memory. But what database server will do, why should I want to take each and every request and why should I want to respond to my user request? Instead of doing that, this set of sequence copy, they're sending to keep under cache memory. Some copy data giving to cache memory and keeping under cache. Whenever the copy of sequence numbers, the server give to kept in your cache memory, which you created in the program, then what next advantage to me? It means that now user is calling. What he was calling? Select a star from some table test where sequence number is equals to 1. Then what it was happened, when this request is going to be Oracle server, this request not sending to database. This request sending to whom? Cache. Okay, na? So that means what it mean? You're asking question to me, but I'm saying that I go to lab assistant here. He will clarify. Understand, na? So your lab assistant is what? Cache memory. I'm the main memory. But you're asking to me, but I don't have a energy. Then I will say, please go to ask a lab assistant. If they are not responding, then come to me. If I do like this, my work is reduced. Yes or no? Then you also thinking that sir बेचारा sir बहुत tired हो गया आज चलो यार sir को छोड़ देंगे हम पूछेंगे किसको किसको पूछेंगे lab assistant को the lab assistant will respond to you okay na so your question that means your request is not going to sir your request is going to where lab assistant because sir is sending to lab assistant understand my point now that is how so you are sending request to server database server. Server will not sending the request to database. It's sending to what? Cache. So in the cache memory, as per your condition, data checking. Your data is there or not there? Yeah, there. There means what now? Found. Found means this data sending to client. Understand now? In that cases, what it was happen? The each and every user request, whatever it was going to your database, instead of that, now your each and every request is going to where it is cache memory. It means number of requests which will go to database is reduce. Reduce or not? Yes. If reduce means my burden, increase or decrease? Decrease. Decrease means then my performance increase. Okay, now that is the advantage of cache. But this cache is called as which type of memory? Temporary. Once you log out from your Oracle server, then this memory will be vanished. Understand now? Again you open, again you run the sequence, again memory created. Understand now? Yes. These are the what now? Attributes. And these attributes, okay, as per your necessity and requirement, you need to use. Understand now? This all theory I was given in the main material. Once you can read. Okay, now? Right. One more point below, write down. Note. So when we work with the point you can take, when we work with sequence object, we should use the following two pseudo columns. The following two pseudo columns of a sequence object. What is the pseudo columns here? First one we called as a next val. First one we called as a next val. So what is the next val here? Next val, okay, this pseudo column, what it was tell us, it was going to be to generate next value in the sequence. Next value in the sequence. For example, can you see? I have some number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is a sequence number. After 3, what I'm expecting? 4. This is called as a next value. So that means I'm giving 1, 2, 3. Okay, if I want to ask here, what is my next value? Means my next value is 4. After 3, 4 na? This is next val pseudo column. Generating next by next values. Now, next one is called as here, second one. The second one we called as here. Hey, Ramakrishna, what happened here? What happened? Have any doubt after class, you can rise, okay? So now what is next one is a curval. What is your curval? Curval is nothing but a current value. What it was showing? Current value. So the curval, not value, val. Okay. So it shows, okay, the current value in the sequence. Current value in the sequence. Okay, now, what is the mean by current value, sir? Suppose you can see, if I'm going to asking here, what is my current value in the sequence? If I'm asking, what is my current value in this? Anybody? 3. Current value is nothing but the last value of your sequence. That means your sequence where on which number it stopped. Okay, now the last number is called a current value. Next number is called as a next value. These are the two pseudo columns. Okay, now right. Okay, and now see. Now we will go for the practically we can do this. Okay, now right. So if you see practically, you will get more clarity on each and every attribute. Okay, now right. What is my first example? Let me come out and open your SQL Plus. So I'm connecting with our user ID. So come back. And whatever my existing tables are there, I'm going to drop the tables. Okay, now right. So now careful observe. First, I'm going to create my sequence. In the first sequence SQ1. Okay, what I'm going to take here, start with 1. My first attribute start with. How much I'm starting here? 1. Here later, I will take min value 1. Okay, but here some people have a question. So what is the differences between start with and min value? That I will explain. So start with 1 and minimum value also I'm taking 1 only. Okay, then after increment by 1. Then after max value 3. But now carefully see, in this sequence object creation, okay, now I'm using any cycle? No. Then by default, no cycle. Understand now? I'm using any cache? No. By default, no cache. So no cache means temporary memory is not created. That's why 1, 2, 3 sequence number directly storing into database memory. Okay. Let me see. I'm creating one sequence. After that, I'm creating one normal table. Test 1, serial number, name, varchar2 of some size. Okay, table is created. But now when I'm inserting some data, okay, what I'm going to do, here 2 columns I have it here. Suppose my sequence facility, if I'm not applying on this serial number column, then manually I want to insert how many values? 2 values. If I want to apply this sequence number or sequence object on serial number, then user has to insert how many values? 1 value. Which value? Name. Serial number column value, user no need to insert. Why, sir? Because on serial number we applied which facility? Sequence facility. Sequence facility advantage is what? Automatically generating. So that's why I don't have any interference to serial number column. On the column I applied what now? Sequence mechanism. So now see, Now I want to insert. Insert into test one, sending values. But serial number place, I'm going to passing. What is my sequence name? SQ1 dot, okay, which pseudo column I'm sending? Next val pseudo column. Next val pseudo column nature is what now? Next by next values are generated automatically. Okay. In that position, that is. Then next one is what now? Amp percentage of name. Ampersand means dynamically entered. Okay, now? Right. So now you can see what it was asking to me. It doesn't ask the number for serial number. It was asking name for name column. Let me see what it was asking. It was asking serial number or name. Name is asking to me. Why not number? Because that column numbers are automatically generated. That's why it is not asking to me. Then I was given A, inserted. What is your sequence number? 1. If I entered B, what is your sequence number? 2. If I entered C, what is your sequence number? 3. So that means 1, 2, 3. Are you reached your maximum value? Are you reached? Yes. We are reached maximum value. Once we reached maximum value, but still user trying to insert the next one also. C allowed. He was insert what now? Fourth name. But fourth name, when user try to insert, what it was happen, you can see, not allowed. What it was showing to me? Sequence SQ1 dot next val exceeds. Exceed means overflow. Okay, na? Exceeds which attribute value? And that cannot be instantiated. Maximum value, how much you instantiated? Up to 3 only. But you are sending fourth name. The fourth value, are you instantiated? No. That's why it was showing this error. So now that means finally, if you come back and see, select a star from test number 1, 1, 2, 3 only generate. And fourth record, I cannot insert. Impossible. Impossible to insert your fourth record. Understand? Na? So when I can insert, when I want to drop my sequence. If I drop my sequence from the column, then I can insert. But other than, we can't insert. That is one way. Second way is what now? Your maximum value will be increased. Initially, how much I was given? 3. Now I want to increase my maximum value. Maximum value, how to increase? There is a command. Alter. What is this? Sequence. Sequence name. SQ1. Which attribute I want to change? Max value. How much I'm giving now? 5. N value is how much? 5. So alter sequence name, max value 5. If I try this. Sequence altered. Altered means what now? Modified. Successfully modified. Now you can go to insert now. Now we can go to insert now. Insert into test number 1 of what is this? SQ1 dot next val ampersandage of name. Now you can try to insert name. Now I can insert D. Now this time D is allowed. Yes, you can see it is allowed. Next time DE is allowed. Yes, allowed. That means how much sequences? 5 is reached. Now we can go to F. Can I? No, it was showing error. What is error? Your maximum values are exceeded. So now finally you can come out and see your table. Okay, test number 1. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one example. In this example, what it was happened? I'm not using any cycle. I'm not using any caching. I'm not using cycle means it is a no cycle. No cycle means what I said. Once it was reached to maximum value, there itself your sequence facility will stop. It doesn't work. Okay, no? And no caching means what now? These all numbers where it is now in database. Suppose later if user want to access, okay, where serial number is equals to 3, this request will go to Oracle server. Oracle server sending as per the request to whom? Database memory, searching there, finding, sending. Now we can see searching, finding, sending. What is missing? Test one, na? So searching, finding, and sending to your client application. I got it by client application 3, C. Okay. This is without cache, without a cycle. Second example, see, don't write, observe. Create sequence name SQ2. In this case, what I'm using, start with the 1 only. I will take your min value 1 only. I will take your increment by 1 only. I will take your max value 3. Okay, now? And now I'm using what? Cycle. And now I'm using what? Cache. Cache minimum file size is 2 KB. That's why if you give 1, doesn't work, because cache file minimum size 2 KB, maximum size unlimited as per your hard disk. Okay, na? Cache. Okay. So now I'm creating, but in this case, cycle I'm using, cache I'm using. What happened? You can see. Sequence is created as usual. Now you can come out and see. Test number 2, the same columns I'm taking here. So varchar 2 of 10. Okay, that's fine. Now table also created, and now you want to insert test number 2, sending values, sequence number 2 dot, what is this? Next val, comma, and ampersandage of name. So careful observe what it was happened. As usual, it was asking name. So A, next name, B, next name, C. So 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Your sequence number reached? Which number? 3, max value reached. Now I'm going to try to enter X. Can I accept this? Accept a stopper. So that means your sequence continue. Now you can see continue. But what is the number? This 1. X, next Y, next Z. Now next I'm giving here M. Continue, sir. M, N, O. Okay, na? So now, like you can go continuous process here. P, Q, R. So that means your sequence will never stop it. And finally, you can go and check it out what it was happen. Test number 2. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 1 cycle completed. 1, 2, 3, 1 more cycle completed. 1, 2, 3, 1 more cycle. 1, 2, 3, 1 more cycle. Okay, so that means if you assign today in my business, I'm taking my tokens 1 to 1000 tokens I prepared. So 1 to 1000 tokens are completed. Then I treat like 1 cycle finish. Then second cycle also I want to generate 1 to 1000. Again, third cycle again generate 1 to 1000. So at the time, what the people will do, they're creating like this. Understand, na? Up to 1 to 1000, cycle complete. Again, new cycle started with again starting onwards. Okay. By that reason, they can understand that how many cycles was performed per a day. Each cycle, how many tokens we sold out. That is also one way of identification. Okay, na? Right. So now this is, but your question is come out. Sir, okay. But in these 2 examples, can you find out here? Starting value, minimum value in both example, I was taken 1, 1 only. Then what is the difference in between these 2, sir? Okay, na? Let me come. Now the third example I'm showing now. Create sequence SQ number 3. Start with the 3 I'm giving now. I'm not giving 1. I'm giving how much here? 3. Next after min value, I'm giving 1. Now tell me start and min both are different. Then after I'm using what now? Increment by 1. What next? max value, for example, 5. What next? Cycle. What next? Cache minimum size 5, 2. So now again, I created one more sequence, but in the sequence, starting value, minimum value was taken different. Okay. Now let me see what happening here. Again, as usual, you need to create test number 3. Again, I'm taking the few columns, number and name. Okay, fine. Let me come and see what it was happening. Insert into test number 3, sending values of sequence number 3. What is this? Next val and ampersandage of name. Now you're observed. Start with the attribute. What I said, it was the starting value of the sequence. So that means first attempt. Whatever the sequence start with I was given, that is my first starting point. That means your sequence starts from which number? 3, not minimum value. Start with means what I said, starting value of the sequence. So that is called a starting point. The starting point, how much I was given? 3. So that means your number starts from 3 onwards, not 1 onwards. Okay, let you see. I entered this. Okay, now I'm going to enter some name, for example, X. What is the number? 3. Next, you can see Y. What is the number? 4. Next, I see Z. What is the number? 5. Now tell me. Now, are you reached maximum value? So, one cycle completed. It's called a first cycle. Na? Yes. Now, second cycle I'm starting. Now, I was given A. Allowed? Allowed. But this cycle number starts with the minimum value. Not start with value. Start with value attribute executed only one time. Understand na? Suppose 3, 4, 5. You reach your maximum. Again, are you starting new cycle? But the new cycle onwards, it will started from starting value. Sorry, it was minimum value. So minimum value, how much I was given? 1. Let me see. 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. One more cycle completed. Again, I'm going to start it here. Q. Very good. Again, 1. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more cycle completed. Again, I started. Then, again, 1. A. S. D. F. Okay, na? G. Like you can go to set. So that means starting value will be started only first. And from second cycle onwards, your number starts with the minimum value. That is the differences of starting and minimum. Let me see output. Test number 3. Now you can see first cycle starts with the 3. 3, 4, 5. One cycle finished. From the second cycle starts with the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again starts with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the differences of your what? Starting and minimum. Clear? This is what. And now, if you want to drop, if any sequence, so drop sequence SQ1. You can drop like this. If you drop the sequence, that facility dropping, but the point is observe, some people are asking, sir, my table data is having the same or any difference? Sir? Test 1, you can see. Data deleted having. But what I deleted? Sequence facility I removed. Which facility? Sequence facility removed, but I'm not removed a column. That's why column data is there, but facility is avoided, removed. Okay, na? This is the one of the smallest concept in our SQL sequences. Is it clear? Right. Huh? S number. Ah. If you want to insert neuro, as usual, insert command. No need. Insert of test one. Send your wish. You can send 56 number, your wish. As your system defined na. Sorry, user defined na. Any number. Because which facility is not there. Sequence is removed na. Then your choice. You can insert any number. Okay na. Again, no need to again what we call the sequence or whatever it is. Okay. Right. Now, this is one topic guide. One more topic in your Oracle. The topic is called as what now? Synonyms. Text heading. Synonyms. Generally, synonym means what now? Is it opposite word or similar word? That's general meaning. Yes or no? So same as in real time, why the people created synonyms for your tables? Okay, na? There are two reasons in this. Don't write, first observe. What is my first reason? To reduce lengthy table name. To reduce lengthy table name. This is one reason why real-time people are using this synonym. What is lengthy table name, sir? For example, are you working in real-time company? For example, when you're working in real time as a programmer, my day-to-day works, okay, na? I'm interacting or else I'm going to working on so many number of tables. And of course, you all of you know a database is nothing but collection of tables, group of tables. Suppose in your day-to-day works in your company, daily, the hundreds of tables you are working, hundreds of tables are you interacting. Those hundreds of tables, maybe some tables are very short names are there. Maybe some tables are having very big names are there. That is not my choice. It's a client choice. Client will give big name to table. On the table I want to work, definitely that big name I have to use. Understand now? For example, see one example. First I will explain theoretically, later practical I'm showing. Suppose one client table is given to us. What is a client table here? College enrollment details. It is the original name of my table actually. And on this table, I need to perform some operation. How to perform some operation? For example, I need to perform select operation. To view in this table, what kind of data is there? I want to view. Then how to write? Select a star from this entire table name. I have to use a user or not? Yes. Maybe your table name is having 10 characters or 50 characters or 100 characters or none of the matter. But if you want to see the data of that particular table, that entire name should be used in my query. I use in my query like this. Suppose into this table, if I want to insert some data, insert into, what is the table name? College underscore enrollment underscore details. I'm sending what now? Values. Okay, sir. Values. If I want to do some updation, how to do updation? Update. College enrollment details set. Some columns are I updated. Okay. If I want to delete here, so delete from this college name, some where condition, something I deleted. Then what do you understand in this case? What do you understand? When we want to perform some operation on this college enrollment details table, that entire name I am using in my query. Is it? Just imagine now, like this tables, there are 100 tables are there. Every table name I can't remember now because I'm a human being. And every spelling I can't write this much lengthy. Okay. So what the real-time programmers will do for their work easiness purpose. Generally, if your work easiness purpose, what we want to do? Shortest methods we are checking. Yes or no? Simple logic here. From here, I want to go your hostel. One way is a 10 minutes. One way is a 5 minutes. Why, sir, 5 minutes? Time saving. Tiredness will reduce. Energy will save. Yes or no? Logic is that only, na? So what in real-time programmers also doing that? Who will write this name every time in my query, this much big name? Instead of using and writing this much big name, what they will do? They created shortcut names. They created what now? Shortcut names. They created small names. They created alternative name. Alternative name means one more name, which is easy to me. Yes or no? So that type of requirement need is required for programmers. At this moment, what real-time programmer will do? Then they will create what now? Synonyms. What they're creating here? Synonyms. So now create. I'm creating synonyms. Let's see. You can understand that. Okay. What is the syntax? Create synonym S1 or any name you can take as your wish for this entire the table. Now tell me, instead of college enrollment details name, what I want to use? S1 is enough, na? Because S1 is the name of which table? For example, nowadays we are also in general our life. For example, your friend name is there. Subramaniam Paramasananda Swami, something. Very big name. Venkatramana, something is there, big name. Anybody call like this? So your Subramaniam something is there. Who will call here? How I can remember that name? I will call simply, hey Subbu, come here. Enough now. This is real time. Venugopala Venkatramana is there. Can you call like this? Simply call, hey Venu, come here. So big names are there. Maybe some people are having big name. Yes or no? But how I can remember here? This means big name. So what my easiness? It's my easiness, na? So it's my easiness. What I'm saying here. Hey Venkat, come here. Hey Venki, come here. Hey Subbu, come here. So this is what it is not the name of that person. I am creating like that. For what purpose? My advantage purpose, not his advantage. He is calling. Arey, don't call Ra. It's a God name, Ra. They say, Arey, I'm not going to be like that. Just my easiness purpose, I'm calling Ra. That is not bad. You're telling like that, yes or no? So that means here, what you thinking? It's your easiness purpose you're calling. Sometimes some people names are very confusing names. We can't pronounce also. Yes or no? Some difficult names are there. At the time, what we want to say, suppose some spelling is there, we know yes, yes only no. Later we can't pronounce. And we call yes, come here. So the point is this is only concept. So instead of calling and using that much big name, I'm just creating one shortcut name, and the shortcut name not for all purpose. It is only my purpose. Yes or no? So which is easy to me as a friend to call my friend name, that name I can create. Understand na? So that is what synonyms also telling. Concept clear? Now tell me, here college enrollment details, I don't want to pronounce like this much big name I can't pronounce. Then what I can pronounce? Hey, S1, come here. Over na? Now the advantage, see, when you created this shortcut name, then later on, not necessary to use your entire table name. Instead of this much big name, I can call S1. My supis came now. So here also, this much big name not necessary. This much big names are not necessary. This much big name is not necessary. Very simple. This is one of the advantage of synonym. Concept clear na? So second advantage is what now, guys? Here to hide original table name. To hide original table name. What is the mean by this, sir? Suppose what I'm going to use in this, for example, one of the original table name is, okay, some name I'm taking now. Suppose employee is one of the original table name. This is my original table name. When I want to access this with the original name, even though one more problem is there. Maybe this is a very small name. You're asking questions, sir. This is a small name now. It is easy for me now. Otherwise, I can take like this. Sir, this is easy for me now. Then why should I want to create again alias? Alias when it is needed. When you have a big name, shortcut names purpose you are creating. But my original table name is only small name. Again, are you created? Not necessary. Na? Yes or no? Yes. Then again, what sir means? One more reason is what now? Hiding. Suppose this original table name, if my people knows, then is there any security to my table? No. So one more problem is what now? Suppose your table name is very short. That is your original name. If that original name, if I access, if I know as a user, then where is your security? Security is there? No. That means if I know your originality, then I can do anything. Yes or no? So I can hack your data. So if I know your username and password, can I hack her? Definitely. So this is what one more. That's what the people will do. Instead of using original table names, they are creating what now? Again, shortcut name. So next time you can see when user is calling. With which name is calling? S1 only calling. So that means he doesn't know this much big name. Indirectly, we are hiding now. We are hiding or not? Yes. So we are hiding. It may be big name or small name or secondary. But your original names are we hided. That is one more advantage of what? Synonyms. Got it my point now? So these are the two reasons. One is hiding of your original table name. One is to reduce lengthy table names. These two reasons you need to use what now? Synonym. Now understand now? Write down some points. Synonym. It is a database object which is used for the first reason for reduce to reduce lengthy table name. Second one, to hide original table name. Okay, now? Now, what is the syntax for this? The syntax of synonym: create synonym name for take your table name or object name, because every table is one of the object in my database. Okay, now? Let me see a small example on this. Suppose here our user is there, and in this user, how many tables are there? I want to check first. So there are almost 46 tables we created in our MyDB 4 PM user. How many tables? 40, including your views also there. Okay. Here, one of the table, any one table you can take as your wish. Okay, na? Suppose, otherwise, I will create one more, what we called new table as per our explanation of theory. Okay, na? Right. One new table I'm creating. Observe. What is that new table name? College underscore enrollment underscore what? Details. In this, I'm taking some student ID, some student name, varchar 2 of some size, some branch name. Okay, some branch. So varchar 2 of some size. Okay, now? One table I created with a very big name I have here. And this big name or this table, okay, let me see in my tab list whether this table is there or not there. Yes, your table is created successfully. Now on the table, if I want to insert, update, delete, okay, if I want to insert, update or delete, so definitely we need to use like this. Insert into college enrollment details, sending values of student ID, student name, and student branch. I inserted successfully. If I want to see the data, again, this entire big name I have to use and call. I can see my data also. Like if you want to do updation, this entire the thing, set, what I want to say, branch is equals to IT, where student ID is equals to 1021. Updated. Again, you can call and see, updated. So delete from the center the table where STID is equals to 1021. Deleted. If you want to see data, deleted. But your complete name I'm using now? Yes. What now as my flexibility, my easiness, what I'm using here? Synonym. Create synonym S1 for this entire big name. Once I created synonym, created successfully. Then after, see, once I created, what is the advantage here? Two advantages. One is, I don't want to write this much big name. Second one is, original name is hiding. Understand now? Now we can see, I'm inserting now. Insert into what? S1, sending values 1021. The name is Smith and he was EEE student. Okay, now? Now we can see S1. I'm using S1 here. Successful. Now we can call your table. Select a star from what? Yes. So now you forgot it, your original table, whatever it is. But my flexibility, my easiness, I'm using S1. And now you can go to do any updation, update, S1 set. What I want to change, branch is equals to, for example, civil. Okay, now where STID is equals to 1021. Yes, I can update. And that you want to check? Yes, updated. Suppose you want to do delete from where? S1, where STID is equals to 1021. Deleted. And let me come out and see deleted. So the two things are reason advantage. One is no need to use big names. One is hiding your table original name. Okay, now this is the advantage of what now? Synonym. This is also one small topic in this. Okay, now write down below. Create one sample table first of all. On that, you need to test your operations. When you want to do some operations on this table, so that entire big name you should use. Next, have to go update. Next, have to go delete. And finally, I can call this name. Write this. Okay. Hmm. So now what we said to reduce length of a table name and also hide a table name, then we create synonym on a table like below. Okay, na? Hmm. So what I did here, I created one synonym. I created one synonym. Then after that, these all testings are now in place of this college enrollment details. Just name is there. And here also just name you have to go. Yesterday, watched, huh? In what, in classroom or personally? There is no class, 6 o'clock. Uh-huh. Ha- have a class? Six. Uh, faculty showed, Arkrishnan sir. Huh? Showed, in classroom, na? How much tension, na? Excitement, no tension. Oh, no, no, no. Actually, Chandrayaan 2 was same like that. Chandrayaan 2. Just the distance like 5 minutes, I think so. In 5 minutes, the Chandrayaan 2 want to land actually. But in 5 minutes, it was crossed. Even the Luna 25 something, Russia also same. It is also crashed. Just a 5 minute distance or 5 to 6 minute distance. That's why we can't say up to that land. But luckily, it was happened. So that means in future, maybe we are going to Chandamama. Uh, we are going to be uh, constructing our home. Hmm? Uh, maybe not our generation, maybe our children generation will go there. I think so. That's on 2050, 60. Our generation only. Purchased, who? Okay, okay. And he was planning also. We will go for some trip. Ah, promotional purpose. So that is what coming generation people directly living on moon. And they didn't call like the one Telugu one poem is Chandamama Rave, Chandamama Rave. No, no, no. We are already Chandamama. We are already on Chandamama only. But there also competition again. Huh? American people coming, China people coming. This is my land. This is my land. Uh, they also started again. Huh? Yeah. And again, they're creating again countries. How they created countries in on what we call Earth. They are also again China too, India too, Pakistan too, USA too. Huh? This is my border. This is your border. Yes or no? Second country. Mm. Then we will ask, you are from India one or India two? Sir, I'm India two. India two means there. India one means here. But what is the technology? See how the technology was improving. Yes or no? हम्म क्या बोल रहे हैं यार? वहां तक नहीं जा रहे हैं? हैं? जाएंगे यार, जाएंगे जाएंगे। थोड़ा अच्छे से पैसा कमा लो इंडिया वन में, बाद में इंडिया टू में जाएंगे। हैं? Okay na? Right. This is one more small topic, okay, in your oracle, right? And I stop it here. We'll go for tomorrow. Okay. So maximum this Saturday you will finish your batch. If it is not possible, I will go on Monday also. Okay now? Right, guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can leave. Ramakrishna, you're asking which link here? Can you provide link? Which link are you asking? मैं बता